Today's episode of Gathering of Fools is brought to you by Valley Wine Cellar. They have all the craft beer you could possibly want in an overabundance of wine.
They also have a new wine bar open Monday through Wednesday, 4 to 7, and Thursday through Saturday, 4 to 10. So be sure to stop in and get your drink on.
Get your drink on. It really is the best place to drink in the Valley.
They got that root beer for sober people, too. So drink up.
Gathering of Fools is also brought to you by Thor Designs. They designed the logo for this podcast, and they can help you with any of your design needs. Check them out at ThorDesignsLLC.com. That's ThorDesignsLLC.com. Does your doctor want to prescribe you dangerous, highly addictive pain pills? Are you in search of a safer alternative?
Then check out Ohio Valley Natural Relief, the locally owned medical marijuana dispensary located right here in Steubenville.
Check them out at www.OhioValleyNaturalReliefLLC.com. That's OhioValleyNaturalReliefLLC.com. All right. Today on the show, we have Thad Crosier, back by popular demand. We talk about some fun stuff, some serious stuff. Christmas, of course, it's that time of the year, right? But we had a really good time, and I hope you enjoy it.
What?
Yeah, dead in my mouth.
I don't know why you're pointing at me. I didn't raise my hand.
I know your name's Gabe. Shut up.
Sure. Green, the screen ain't green, and it also ain't clean, like a green screen, but I'm clean.
You're a terrible rapper. That's it. That's the intro. Fuck off.
Some of that shit was fucking full of. That was funny as fuck.
What, the Nick Cannon stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. You talking about on his song? Or
Just both. I like
both,
it. Just,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
like Eminem did what Eminem does.
Right.
And then Nick Cannon did what he doesn't do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't terrible.
No.
I mean, as far as,
Right.
diss tracks wasn't,
Yeah.
it just fucking wasn't the truth.
No.
Like,
All right.
oh, fuck.
So, back in the studio by popular demand, Thad Crosier. Oh, shit. What's up, brother?
Can people tell that I was clapping for myself?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how we like to do things, though.
I love it. Yeah. Nothing, man. What's up?
Shit. You guys heard us just briefly talking about Nick Cannon. We had to go over the videos from Nick Cannon dissing Eminem and then watch Eminem's little quick thing he put together. Oh, man.
How long do you, honest to God, how long do you think it took him to do that?
Oh, 10 minutes.
That's pushing it.
Yeah, pushing it for sure.
Under 10.
I guarantee you the guy who made the video of all the different little clips, that took way longer than him
All the
writing
like
that.
the editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who actually made the video, that took longer than recording it and
The one with
writing it.
all the Eminem lyrics.
Yeah,
The one we just watched?
yeah, the one we just watched with
yeah.
Eminem.
100%.
Yeah, Nick Cannon's took him a long time to put those videos together, and it's hilarious to me.
Yeah, they were in different locations. They shot a video.
Yeah.
It was a music video.
Right, and especially that first one, acting like hardcore gangsters. Hardcore gangsters.
I was scared. let me put two words together, right? Or two phrases, I should say. Nick Cannon, gangster.
That just doesn't sound right.
Well, number one, does it scare you?
No.
When I think of Nick Cannon, I think of like puppies,
Yeah.
funny,
America's Got Talent.
drumline,
Yeah. Teeny movies.
Mariah Carey,
Right, yeah, definitely Mariah Carey.
obviously.
Yeah. Which
None-
is the cause of the whole scenario, apparently.
None of that screams, "Hey, look out! Nick Cannon's coming."
Yeah. But in that first video, they're throwing flags all around. But
very
it's in
scary.
black and white because I don't think they want anybody to know whether they're Bloods or Crips.
Right. Got to keep it neutral.
Right. A lot of finger guns. A lot of
A lot of fake. Like it looked like they Googled gang signs.
right. Had to be a gangster.
How to throw up signs.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably the first part of the Suge Knight conversation on the phone, like the one they didn't record. He was probably like, "Hey, man, how do we make a really gangster video?"
Oh yeah. So, what did he say? You know, if you want to be dancing all up in the videos,
Yeah. Well,
come to death row.
Yeah. What killed me when he was talking at the beginning of Nick Cannon's video too is he said, "I mean, what's he gonna do? We got all the dudes in the industry. Literally everybody in the rap industry is attacking Nick Cannon for
Left
overstepping.
and right, yeah. Non-stop. And then not only that, the guys in the industry are even calling out other guys, being like, "Don't make me get." And then guys like, "Well, then don't make me get."
Yeah,
like
they're trying to build.
He's loading up an army.
They're trying to build super teams.
Yeah, because if that does come out, if they actually like, if Nick Cannon's done, which again, I mean, you think about relevance, which are all these. Listen, every fucking rap battle from in today's rap game,
right,
is a conscious effort to boost
sales
yeah. Or relevancy, I should say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Most of the time. It seemed like that one with
Right.
Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem got a little personal.
No, it did.
Machine Gun Kelly was beating up people in bars for like saying he should have never went at Eminem.
But I got to be honest. I mean, he did pretty good.
He did way better than I expected.
I
I
agree.
think he did better than anybody that's gone at Eminem before that, but I still think he did get killed with Killshot.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know particularly someone that's came at Eminem so far and who's came out on top.
Right. No.
I don't
either.
I don't have anyone.
No. There's only been a
But he did pretty good.
There's already he did good. That was the best song I heard against Eminem for sure.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah. But this one with Nick, it just cracks me up because I don't understand why
This
it's
song
so gangster.
This song sounded like one of the fucking dudes from 8 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
Where they just keep saying the same shit.
Which, have you seen all those memes?
No.
So all the memes are saying stuff like they show a picture of all the dudes rapping on there,
Papa Dog,
and they say this is this. You know, all those ones that are going around saying this is who I'm going to tell my kids is. It's like this is who I'm going to tell my kids is Papa Doc and whatever their group was.
Yeah, what?
I can't remember.
Free World.
Free
World.
World. Yeah, he said I'm going to tell my kids that this is Papa Doc in the free world.
To this day, though, if that movie's on or shit, or if I hear those last battles, I still listen to them.
You have to. Did you ever actually, if you get the DVD or the Blu-ray or whatever, and you go to the special features, he actually ends up battling people from the crowd. He was supposed to just be acting like he was to save his voice, and people were booing him. So he turned his mic on and started pulling people up out of the crowd.
Like, go ahead and start fucking booing me now.
It didn't go well for those people.
Who
in the
wants
crowd.
this smoke?
Yeah.
You ever watch like guys in the background of movies?
Oh yeah,
like the extras. Mm-hmm. I just saw I casually was watching the first Fast and Furious the other day.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? And when they get done racing the first time, where he's like, "I almost had you."
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
He's like, "Almost had me." He's like kind of looking at the crowd. You got to pay attention to some of the extras. Like they're like like on cue, like throwing their hands up and like mouthing words.
Right.
You know damn well they're not saying anything. But if you ever like take a close look at like their faces and who they are, you're like, who the fuck are these guys?
Man, I watched the first one not that long ago too, and I forgot how bad the acting was in the first one.
Are you kidding?
I mean, it's not great in any of them, but the first one is so bad.
I think that's what made it great. Mm-hmm. When it was just all around bad acting.
Yeah, and I love
Paul Walker, R.I.P.
Yeah,
fucking terrible actor.
Yeah.
He was fucking terrible.
I'll tell you one good movie that I actually liked him in. I thought was an actual great movie. Was a movie called Running Scared.
Listen, yes. Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a great.
That
movie.
was that was his I mean, that was his.
Yeah, that was his masterpiece.
Yeah, that was his Michelangelo.
The Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, I mean That was his, and like not a lot of people know about that movie.
No, it's not a really well known movie, and it's a great action movie.
It's actually a really good, like the storyline, the plot. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. It takes you by surprise. When I first watched it, I was like, did this just become one of my favorite movies?
Yeah, and Paul Walker's one of the main characters.
Yeah, he's the star. What? Hold on, I'm very confused. It made me question my judgment of movies for a minute. I had to show it to other people, and then they confirmed.
No, I'm not believing it. Nope, I refuse. Next movie.
Yeah, then they did actually end up confirming. Thank God, because I was like, okay, I'm not losing it.
Good movie. I gotta admit, good movie.
It's hilarious. I don't know how my computer got set to scroll through the pictures on my phone. We'll see if anything crazy comes up.
Okay. So far, so good.
Yeah, so far.
Dogs, kids, it's like every other fucking
Old man's phone.
every other social media post that I ever fucking see. It's like, dude, I'm literally to the point now where I never thought I'd get to.
Yeah.
But I'm getting to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start friending fucking random ass people. I have no clue. Like, we might have a mutual friend. We might not. I don't even know.
Oh, since I started the podcast, I do that shit.
But I'm ready to just start venturing out. Nothing against all my friends out there.
Right. Just need some different stuff on your feed.
Jesus. Everyone's got a dog. Everyone has a kid. Everyone has a wife and a husband. And God damn it, someone entertain me with something.
Right.
Like, I was like, were you around when Facebook first?
Yeah, man, I was around when
it first came out.
I was around when MySpace first came out.
Yeah. But I mean, like Facebook was kind of fucked up, like, in the beginning, because you had to have a college email.
No, I didn't have it at that point. No.
Yeah,
because I didn't go to college.
When Facebook first came out, you had to have a college email to register.
No shit.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if you ever watched The Social Network.
I did. I watched it.
Well, I mean, it kind of talks about it a little bit.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, so it goes like to Harvard, and then it kind of goes to, they're like, we should send this to Stanford and shit like that. So obviously a lot of the Ivy League schools started first. And the school I was attending at the time was sort of a pricier, higher up.
Yeah, establishment.
It was a very good school. Yeah. I had no business attending.
I was going to say, were you confused? Like, wait, what am I doing here?
I feel like a sore thumb. Yeah, I didn't fucking even have a thumb. I was not supposed to be there. But anyways, I mean, so I remember it kind of coming out. And again, I mean, these are people who had friends that went to fucking Harvard and shit.
Yeah.
So we started getting Facebook or whatever, and it was like, this is phenomenal. And it was just like what they said. It was like, what do you care the most about? Are you single?
Right.
What class are you? You know what I mean?
Now they have a dating app.
Facebook does?
Yeah.
What's Facebook?
Yeah, right. It's pretty much. It's pretty much a place.
Fuck are you?
It's pretty much people to check people
swipe
out.
Now? I mean, well, they'd had that before.
Yeah.
You poked.
Right. Yeah, but now there's
you poked people.
Apparently now there's an actual thing you sign up for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have to pay.
Facebook.
Do you have to pay for it?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I have no clue.
We should sign up for it.
A Gathering of Fools
Just
account. Gathering of Fools dating profile.
So is that both you? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we're a package deal.
Yeah, we're actually we go out and we take you out as both of us.
Yes.
As a threeple.
There will probably be mics.
Yeah. And we just have discussions.
Yeah. We just want to see what the dating world's like today.
and I guarantee you people would do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
no,
man. People do it for 5 minutes of fame.
Right. Do everything. Yeah, Facebook was crazy when it first came out, though. I mean, I remember like when it first like fucking started, but it was like, but at the same time too, I remember being in college and like Facebook was like where you went to find like, you know, like you had a crazy college night,
right?
And back in the day, like all you had was maybe a fucking what do you call it, the camera, the disposable camera.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you had to go get them developed and shit, and then
right.
Again, sometimes they maybe wouldn't develop because what was on it.
Right.
So this was your chance, like. You could post anything.
Right.
I mean, you could take a picture of anything and post it online. And that was like back when, like, you know, people were getting digital cameras all the time because that was like, no one had phones that took pictures.
Right.
And uploaded them.
Yeah, man, having a digital camera was huge. Yeah.
So it was fun. It was like, that was a big, big thing. And now it's like,
it's really a place for arguments now, man.
I was just going to say, all it is now is it's a platform for like now the dumbest people have a platform for their views.
It's kind of all social media.
Oh God!
I can't lie. I get sucked in sometimes.
I miss the days when you didn't have a voice. no one knew what your dumb idea was or your dumb view.
And now they let one of those dumb people get a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with a podcast.
Yeah, baby. Think about that shit all the time. I'm like, God damn! Like if we didn't have fucking Facebook, like. I wouldn't get so mad because your dumb view, I would have never saw. Like, I would have never heard. I would have had to fucking take like
And I get
a moment out of my day to be like this.
And I get so frustrated when you give people stats.
Oh boy.
And they just ignore them,
throw them out the window,
or then they like slightly change their argument, so now
Right.
that stat doesn't mean anything. Like that's not what you were saying, though.
You can't. You literally can't. I actually do you ever do angry thumbs? You know what angry thumbs are?
No.
Oh man. You gotta start doing angry thumbs.
What are angry thumbs?
It's helped me through life.
I'm gonna need you to explain to the angry
Yeah,
thumbs.
so angry thumbs is basically, anytime you start to get, like you see something, and you want to respond so like you can't even stand it,
Okay.
and you just start fucking going.
You just start typing like crazy.
Oh my god! And like some of the shit's not even making sense.
Right.
Like the sentences aren't really coherent.
You hit post, you have to go back and edit it.
No, that's the best part. At the very end, you hit select all, delete.
And just let it go. I can say I've done that a couple of times. I've deleted it.
I'm to that point now where like if I post something, I've put a little bit of thought into it.
Yeah.
Like, cause I know like how it works now. Like you fucking post something, takes one person a screenshot or do whatever, and that thing's it's out there.
Oh
it's
yeah,
in.
for sure.
Like no matter what you say, it's even in jest or anything. Like you got to be. It sucks.
Right.
Even comedians now get. Don't even get me started on that. But
yeah,
but it's
taking stuff from 15 years ago, like it's the same person they are today, and
yeah. You or just anything in general. But
who's
that's
never
my main thing.
Who in this world has never said anything stupid? So I think when people say something stupid 15 years ago, we can probably let it go.
Well, it's just not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah.
You don't think like our teachers and fucking CEOs and everyone else wasn't saying it, not even saying, doing dumb shit?
Right. I know some teachers now that I know did dumb shit.
Absolutely.
Thank God social media wasn't around for it.
That's what I'm saying.
God, if social media was around when I was in high school,
It's like
oh
crazy.
my God.
Like, so now we got to start that where like this kid, the big thing is like these kids that like, or someone in sports now. Like a college kid does really good.
Right.
Gets an award or some shit like that.
Right, or makes it to the pros.
Did you see what he said when he was 15?
Yeah.
Like, did you see what I said when I was 15?
Right. and I blame Facebook because weren't you supposed to only be 18 to get on there anyway? So that's partially Facebook's fault.
It all circles back. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking Facebook.
The argument they caught me in today that I spent way too much time on was Lamar Jackson.
Oh,
people trying to deny that he is become a great quarterback.
MVP.
Yeah, he's going to be MVP, and people are still like, well, yeah, we'll see. He's nothing. Like, no, he's the MVP.
Yeah, having a good game once, luck.
Yeah,
having like 2 or 3 good games, man.
Yeah,
they're okay. A whole season. That's called a pattern.
Yeah,
like. He's having a pattern of being very fucking good.
Right. Well, yeah. So again, I always go to stats, and people were like, "Oh, well, he's all he is a runner. He's not a passer." Well, he doesn't get as many yards as some people, but he's leading the NFL in passing touchdowns. Mm-hmm. He has the highest QBR.
Okay.
He has the second highest passer rating.
Yeah, that's.
Sounds
all
like
quarterback
stats. He just also happens to be top 5 in running. Like I don't.
So he's actually leading in 2 categories. Hence why he should be the MVP.
Right, and then people said, "Oh man, when he plays the Patriots, okay, what happened? They won."
Yeah, I was gonna say. Did he play really fucking good?
Yeah, and then even though he didn't have the best stats, people are like, well, as soon as he plays that San Francisco defense, it's over.
Right.
And they beat San Francisco.
Now what?
Yeah. So now
he didn't win the Super Bowl.
Exactly. He didn't win the Super Bowl. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it in the playoffs because you have to be able to throw for so many yards in order to get through the playoffs. But when Ben Roethlisberger won his first Super Bowl, he threw for like 170 yards in the first game, 220 yards in the second game. So come on, man.
Not even that. During that season, I don't even know if he was in the top 10.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm saying that. I'm saying I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't think he had a fucking crazy
I mean, they got into the playoffs in the wild card.
Yeah.
And he threw for 3,500 yards that season, which, let's be honest, the standard pretty much now is 4,000 yards. You know what I mean?
3,000's.
3,500.
You had it down here.
Yeah. 4,000 is kind of the standard for a real throwing quarterback, and then 5,000.
Very rarely.
Holy shit.
Very rarely does a quarterback now not get 3,000 yards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because you're racking shit up. I mean, let me take that back.
To put that in perspective,
A quarterback that plays every game.
yeah, right. To put that in perspective, Lamar Jackson's probably going to throw for 3,200, 3,100, maybe 3,300 yards this year. He's got almost 3,000, and he's got 2 games left.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So again,
yeah, what's the right? Right.
Yeah, no, he's not leading the league in yards, but he is in touchdowns.
Yeah, yeah.
And
those are kind of more important,
right? And
not to mention it. I mean, not to say that he's probably not leading the league in yards because he's also been running half the field to then throw it.
Right. Out of all positions,
these guys are leading drives with like 80-yard drives of throwing.
Right.
He's running for 50, and then he's only throwing for 30.
Right, and he's also, out of all positions, he's number 5 in rushing. So that includes running backs and everything. Like, so come on, man, give me a break.
Could you imagine being a running back and being like, oh man, losing to a fucking quarterback?
Yeah. Why is he averaging 7 yards a carry?
Can someone please hurt him? my contract is not going to be good. That's literally the first thing they're going to use. Like, oh well, listen, you had a pretty good year.
Yeah.
But see here, you were outrushed by a quarterback. That's going to take a couple million off there.
You didn't even hit 1,000 yards, but that QB is over 1,000.
Right.
What happened?
Right. And you're like, dude, I literally had like the greatest season of my career.
I got 900.
Oh, God. Poor guy.
But I don't know why people are so anti-admitting that he's the goods.
What was that?
No, I don't know what that last one was. I can try to pull it up on my phone real quick to read it. I actually have something else hilarious on my phone.
It's actually kind of funny because it says something about
It was
social media. It was Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it was Bill Belichick. Oh, that's why I took a picture of it because I
would love to see what Bill Belichick thinks about social media.
Yeah, actually, let me pull it up because that is why I screenshotted it because I thought it was a good response to social media.
You know who Bill Belichick reminds me of?
Who?
Sean Crosier.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Like in a sense.
Yeah. Very man of few words, but impactful.
Yeah. Or like if he doesn't want to talk about something, he just doesn't fucking talk about it.
Yeah, as we know from a podcast that didn't get aired.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so it says his quote about social media. I hate social media. We get rid of it wherever we can. Who cares if you get 2,000 likes from people you don't even know? There's 53 guys in the locker room. Those are the 53 that matter.
All right, see.
I think that's pretty legit.
That's pretty good.
But now on a completely more silly note here. I just saw this. I actually did get this from Facebook, sadly, too. So it's a book report on John F. Kennedy by Adam G., and he's a young kid. You can tell by the handwriting. Okay. Look at the handwriting. Young kid.
Obviously.
And first of all, he got an F. It says, Adam, you're better than this. But here's what it says. JFK served as our 35th president of the United States. He was born in Massachusetts in 1917, the same year Houdini was buried alive. He liked women. He liked women a lot. So when Jackie was away, he would host secret sex parties in the Oval Office where famous women would get naked and dance for the president. One night on his birthday, Marilyn Monroe came to sing "Happy Birthday" very seductively. They had sex after, making him the coolest president ever. He really liked driving in convertible cars, which wasn't a good idea in 1963 when he was shot by a man who must have hated Marilyn Monroe.
He got enough.
He got enough.
Nothing he said was a lie.
I would have given him an A for sure.
Oh my god. That was the most honest book report I've ever heard of in my entire life.
And what is Adam, you're better than this? He's better than knowing the actual facts.
Yeah, you better than this?
Oh man!
I wonder how. What was he? 12?
I have no idea. I didn't. It was just somebody who got a screenshot of it and posted it.
Man.
No stats on the kid, but I'd say that kid has a bright future ahead of him in comedy or something, man.
How about just somewhere where you just tell the brutal truth?
Right. Oh my God. I'm sorry. That last line is, R.I.P. John F. Kennedy, terrible thing, but he really liked driving in convertible cars, which wasn't such a good idea in 1963 when he was shot by a man who must have hated Marilyn Monroe.
When you were first saying it, I thought you were going to say who must have hated convertibles.
But I think this kid said the reason John F. Kennedy got shot, out of all the reasons, we've all actually had it wrong this whole time, all the conspiracy theorists. Right. It's because they hated Marilyn Monroe. Oh my God!
Write it in the history books.
Oh my God! I want that kid teaching history class for sure.
Yeah, that's great.
I feel like that's how Coach Sawyer would have taught a history class. Good old Coach Sawyer.
Oh yeah, yeah. What was his first name?
I can't remember
John
his first name.
Or Tom. No.
That was before my senior year when I had to get a certain GPA to graduate. His class was like the only one I went to. I loved it. Oh my God!
Just to graduate, you had a certain GPA?
My senior year, yeah, my grades were low. I didn't do a lot of schooling, and then when they told me,
that's shocking.
Well, and then they made me go to class. Well, they didn't make me. I could have still done what I always did, but I was like, well, I better graduate high school. And I went from the kid who like never went to class to the kid
perfect attendance.
Perfect attendance. I ended up with a 3.8 that year, and then people were cheating off of me. They actually, a couple teachers moved my desk right in front of their right in front of their desk so that they could make sure nobody was cheating off me.
Oh my God! No one ever cheated off me.
Oh man!
I'd take that back. There was a couple times.
Yeah,
I think I did pretty well. Hey, it's funny that I actually was talking about like not graduating high school. So we had a couple new guys at work today or this week, and there was this guy named, they called him Gip.
Gip?
Yeah.
All right.
I said,
solid name.
I said, why they call him Gip? This other guy said, well, his dad always said win one for the Gipper. I said, okay. All right. So why do they call him Gip? Said, don't know. We just always hear him say that, so we started calling him Gip. Anyways.
So he got his nickname because of something his dad said.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with him.
That's hilarious.
So anyways, he was like kind of hanging out, and his buddy was talking, first, trying to get to know each other. And, they were, asking, everyone's like, oh, how old are you? Or when did you graduate? That's the big thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I graduated in 04. They were like, what? I said, yeah, I know, baby face. I said, I look a little bit younger than I am.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man. He's like, and then Gip spoke up, just kind of in the background. He was like, yeah, I graduated in 04. Well, I would have graduated in 04. I said, well, where are you from? He goes, Steubenville. I said, are you shitting me? I said, I'm from Steubenville. He was like, for real? I said, yeah. I said, you go to Harding? He went, yeah. I said, you went to Harding? Yeah. I said, I went to Harding. Yeah. I never went to Big Red, though. I said, what do you mean? Oh, man, after middle school, I was done.
I had enough.
I was done. Like, could you imagine being 13 and like, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah. Not going to school
14,
no more.
Hell with this.
I mean, I kind of did that by my attendance,
no,
but
I actually wish I had the balls now to be like, man, fuck this shit. This is stupid.
I need to get out here and start making money.
Yeah. I'd be retired by like 45.
Right.
Have 30 years in.
Oh, no lie. I try to tell people all the time now, like, when your kids get their first job, start making them put shit in IRAs.
Hey.
If I would have known, like, supposedly they do at some schools now, but they should definitely be teaching personal finance in high school.
Dave, do you want to know what I taught my
What?
last year at Harding?
What?
Finance.
Did you? It was
Yeah.
at Harding? That's fucking awesome because they got to do that, man.
You know what's crazy?
I'd be retired already.
It was a phenomenal. I actually listen. I learned it. Like as I was teaching it,
Right.
I was fucking like writing shit down. Like, oh, dude, this is a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is really good stuff right here.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah,
hold
I
on.
But like the class itself was phenomenal. The problem was you're trying to teach 8th graders.
Oh yeah.
You got to have some concept of money, and not even money, monetary value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is $100 actually? Excuse me. You know, what does it get? And I'm not talking about like obviously every kid knows what
Right.
what a pair of shoes
But
costs.
I get what you're
iPhone
saying,
costs.
though.
I'm talking about like what $100 will get you on living.
They don't really grasp how hard it is for you to get the money.
Yeah.
All of that. You know what I mean? They haven't
yeah.
worked. They haven't.
Listen, it was awesome. I mean, it was
Yeah.
actually, it was fun to teach because
You learned.
yeah. One, I was teaching myself.
Made it a lot easier to teach them at the same time.
Right. Yeah. And number two, though, it was actually nice to like kind of like, explain to people some stuff that like they generally haven't heard yet. Like, how many times I said like, well, do you guys know what this is? And it was just like, no.
Right.
Interest rates.
Yeah.
I know it's boring as shit.
Right. But it's important.
Interest rates are like one of the most important things we deal with in adulthood.
Right.
Like, it's nonstop. But interest rates and just loans in general and what an actual loan is, because when you hear the word loan, you don't actually think of like the definition of a loan, which is like you're getting money,
Right.
but you have to pay that back.
Right. And the longer it takes you, the more you're actually going to pay.
Right. And that's generally the gist. But it's just little stuff like that. You know what else too? I think I was probably the first teacher that was saying, hey, you don't have to go to college.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't. And I mean, I'm not pushing it on. I don't want to say I'm pushing it on my son already.
Right.
He was 11. But I mean, it basically, I didn't say you have to go to, like, you don't have to go to college. I meant it as if you know what you want to do, right? If you know for sure, like, I definitely want to be this.
Right.
This is my interest level. This is what I've dreamed of doing.
Right.
Then, listen, go do it.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether it requires college or not, honestly.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it requires college, if it requires 8 years of college, go do your 8 years.
Right.
Get it done.
Right.
The next advice was like, if you do that, okay, here's scholarships, here's grants, here's loans, shit like that, how you can actually attain that. But for the most part, it was figure out what you actually want to do. Now, do a lot of 18-year-olds know what they want to do?
No.
Absolutely not.
I wanted to be a baseball player.
Correct. How'd that work out?
Terribly. I quit playing.
Well, Garrett Cole, I bet you wish you would have.
Yeah, I quit playing baseball like I think halfway through my sophomore year of high school because I decided it was cutting into my partying.
And what did you grow up to be? A partier.
Yeah, professional.
Dreams do come true. It can happen to you.
Now I slang pizza.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like, you absolutely, if you want to go do your shit, like, if you want to go do something, fucking go do it.
Right.
But at the same time, like, no one was really guiding us on
I wasn't
the responsibility of a student loan.
No, you didn't
know what I
understand
mean?
you were going to be in debt for the rest of your life if you didn't have a good plan afterwards.
That's exactly correct. Yeah. And not only that, it was basically like, well, it wasn't what you want to do.
I got to say real quick, luckily I was so off track and nobody was directing me that I didn't even know student loans were a thing. And that's one of the main reasons I didn't go to college, because I thought my parents aren't going to pay for it. I'm screwed.
This is good.
Thanks,
guidance counselor.
I got to do something else
Thanks
now.
for skipping over my name.
Yeah. Guess the Air Force is it.
We have Dave Hammer. Nope. No college for him.
Not college material.
And next.
So anyway, continue with what you're saying.
Yeah, so basically, I think what it got into was like, it wasn't what you wanted to be. Then it started to be like, well, you can go anywhere you want. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if you actually ask like high school kids now, most of them don't know what they want to be.
Right.
They might have an idea, but a lot of them actually know where they want to go.
Like where they want to go to college.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think that's
which is a weird thing.
That's the biggest thing that's fucked up in our culture right now is that we have 18, 17, 16-year-old kids who are saying where they want to go instead of saying what they want to be or what they want to do.
Right.
And the reason why is because, okay, say I want to be a teacher, right? I want to get into education.
Right.
Okay. I think we all know the money isn't like fucking great.
It's not phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get summers off. Great.
Right. There are perks.
There's perks.
Because you can also make more money while you're off in the summer.
You can do that.
Yeah. Or just
master's degree,
right.
10-year. You get pay increase. Lo and behold, you can make a decent.
Cool.
Yeah, you can make some decent amount of money being a teacher. Nothing wrong with it. But I'm saying, like, starting out, okay, you're let's just say $30K.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was something like that.
So let's just call it $30,000, right?
Which is not a lot.
That's not a whole hell of a lot of money.
No.
Okay, but you tell a bunch of high school kids like $30,000. Like, oh man, I'm like, no, you're not hearing it. A year.
When I first made $30,000 a year, I was like, holy shit, I'm rich. First time I got that job, they were like, we're gonna pay you $30 a year. I was like, what? Where are my diamonds?
Professional partier.
Yeah. And look at all this party money.
Yeah, not the case. You broke.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was broke real quick.
Yeah. But like, that's the thing. It's like, so what if I want to go to WVU, right? I'm dead set. I am going to WVU. It's the school I've dreamed of going to.
Right.
Right.
Don't even have an idea of what program you're going to.
No. We're not even getting into that. Yeah. It's just like, I want to go to WVU. But they're not saying like, okay, well, even though you live close to WVU, you're still out of state. Like you're paying out of state tuition.
Yeah, so you're paying more.
You're going to pay more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know that we actually looked like in the class, like this is like one of the biggest things we talked about.
Oddly,
like,
Ohio State would be cheaper for him to go to.
Right. And we talked about that. I said like, like pick a school. And like one girl, she was like, I want to go to it was like NYU.
Yeah.
I was like, and she like wanted to, like wasn't really sure, like something with fashion, but
right.
She wanted to go to that school. I'm like, okay. And I like showed
right
her
place for fashion.
Showed her the price like per semester. And it was just like, holy shit, that's what it costs to go I'm like, yeah. Per semester. Like, and that's just, what if so you're going to, my whole point is that you're going to go somewhere, but you're basing it off where you're going instead of what you're going to do. So now you want to get into a program that is only, like, you're going to graduate with a degree that's only going to pay you $30,000 a year. The problem was you just paid $35,000 a year to go to a school for 4, possibly 5 years if you fuck up or whatever. You know what I mean?
And there's no not paying that.
No. So you just accrued over $120,000 in debt, and now you're working at a job that pays you $30,000 a year.
Yeah, and that's before taxes.
It's ludicrous.
Yeah.
Like it and it's in our society, like we don't think about this shit. And like I said, it just goes back to, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Well, fuck, where do you want to go?
Right.
Where do you want to be?
Where do you want to be? What's the best? Where's the best place for you to get a decent education at a decent price, so that you can pay that off?
And if you don't know where you want to go or what you want to be, then fuck, where do you want to go? You go to the cheapest ass place you can go. Yeah. I told all of them, I said, listen, you graduate high school and you say to yourself, I want to go to college. Right? You've already made a decision. I'm going to college. Fine, that's not a problem. You're going to Eastern Gateway. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. In our society, like you think, oh, community. No. Listen, you're gonna get all your bullshit
classes out of
the way, all your core classes, all your general classes that you got to have,
which will make the college you eventually go to be a little bit cheaper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now you do that for 2 years. You still get to experience college.
Yeah.
Okay. You still get to go to college. Your friends will be in college or whatever.
Yeah.
Then you'll get to go to college. But guess what else? You're also gonna owe half the money that your friends are gonna owe.
Right.
Which is just.
And you're gonna have a little bit more, weird to say, but a little bit more experience. I feel like too.
Oh hell yeah!
Because you'll be taking classes in probably an easier environment.
Yes, absolutely.
And you'll already be invested in your college education.
Right. But then it gives you another 2 years to be like, hey, I like this, I don't like this.
Right.
I that was my main thing too. I'm like, and here's what I would encourage you guys to do.
Yeah.
Figure out like what might pique your interest. I know what people are going to say. Don't do it for the money. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
But you better find out how much money you're going to make.
Right.
Right? I'm not saying like don't do it because of money, but if I know what I want to be,
You still need to make enough money to survive.
right?
That's it.
Or at least know what I'm going to make.
You're not going to be broke and have a nice life.
No, I don't know anyone.
Yeah. I've never.
I'd take that back. I mean, I know there's some people who just are high on life and.
Right. But I think a lot of those people that are happy that are living off of minimal jobs, they also live a more minimalistic lifestyle.
Right. They're
know
not
what I mean?
materialistic or anything.
Right.
Like
They
that.
don't have a TV in every room. They
I got
don't.
that.
They don't have expensive ass clothes.
Yeah.
They don't have
You're right.
They don't have a $500 a month car payment.
Yep. No, I completely
Which I'm
agree.
trying to get rid of. Anybody interested in Malibu Redline 2018?
Plug.
Yeah. It is for sale. I just want what I owe on it.
Auto plug. Anyone in the market for a new car?
Right.
Used.
Because not having financial classes when I was younger led to me overextending myself
I
like
hear
crazy.
ya. I listen. I was telling someone today, I'm like, listen, I've been broke and I've had a little bit of money.
Right.
Guess what I enjoy more? Having a little bit of money.
Having a little bit of money. Don't even need a ton.
No,
Just a
I'm
little
not
bit.
asking for a ton.
Yeah.
I like to live comfortably.
Right.
But like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But it's nice having a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest thing with kids. So anyone out there, if you're fucking 18 or 17, you're getting ready to graduate, look up how much. It's not hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to be a vet. Okay, look up how much a vet costs or how much a vet makes.
Right. You can get an average of what they make.
Yeah, a median in your area.
You can get it for exactly your area, not even
Correct.
just the United States.
Hey, in this area, they make $90,000. Great.
Right.
So should you go to a school that costs $60,000? No.
Right.
Unless you plan on being like the greatest veterinarian ever.
Right. You get a TV show on HGTV.
Great. I like where this is going. Did I just inspire you?
No, I'm actually about to start a new podcast. It's going to be a veterinarian podcast.
Oh, I'd tune out.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be a great vet. I didn't get my dog spayed in time, and now she's bleeding all over my house.
Oh, you weren't listening to Drew Carey, Bob Barker.
No, oh yeah.
Don't forget, get your pets spayed and neutered.
Oh man. Well, I was planning to. Just the scheduling always became a problem, and then it became too much of a problem.
Well, now you have a bigger problem.
Yeah, and now
Sounds like a problem.
and now her spade is scheduled. She goes to get the get everything fixed up in January.
Problem solved.
I was like, "What is this on the?" Oh no,
No.
this is my nightmare.
Golly.
Speaking of finance and stuff like that, I got into a little bit of a debate with a guy on Facebook because I get trapped about minimum wage, and first of all, I think everybody should earn whatever they earn. You know what I mean? You should earn the money that you make. And then on the other side of things, I have some things I take from the left side of politics, some things from the right side of politics. I don't know if I can truly claim to be from either side. But one thing I do not agree with is just raising minimum wage to $15 an hour. I think that is
It's insanity.
bananas.
It's insanity.
And I think the people that really want that don't really understand exactly how the economy works,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
first of all, $15 an hour is $30,000. It's actually like $31,000 a year.
Yeah. Did you hear what I just said about teachers?
Right. That's what they start out at.
They went to fucking college for 4 years.
Right. And now guess what? Now you're going to have to pay teachers more because you're not going to pay teachers minimum wage
You think a teacher's going to say, I'm going to teach?
for minimum wage.
No. Not even that. I'm just like, I'm going to teach, right, for what you're paying me. Yeah, well, which would be minimum wage.
Right.
Or do you think that teacher's going to go, I'm going to go work somewhere else?
I can make the same amount of money flipping burgers at Burger King.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to go somewhere else.
And don't get me wrong, we need those jobs. I'm not mocking that job, but
Nah.
it's going to be less stressful than teaching kids for a living.
Yeah, 100%.
So a couple of my things for this is those jobs, those minimum wage jobs, they're not meant to be careers unless you are complacent enough
Yeah.
to make it your career.
Right.
And if you are complacent enough to make that your career, I don't think anybody should give you more money just because you demand it.
No, I mean, that's kind of, and we kind of talked about it the first time I was on here about, no, it didn't air, but I told you I was thankful for unions.
Right.
You know what I mean? A little bit. And I think the more I'm around it and I think about it and stuff like that, you know, you're talking about raising the minimum wage in the state of Ohio, which every state's different, by the way. I don't know if people know that.
Yeah, every state is different. If it has a higher cost of living, then they have a different.
Every state is different, but there is a federal minimum.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So there's a nationwide minimum that states are allowed to give.
Right.
You know,
and they have to match that minimum though.
They do.
They?
Yeah. So I think it's $725 right now.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. Yeah.
And they can't go below that.
Right.
No, they can, obviously, each state can go above and whatever.
Yeah.
But again, it goes into, you know, it's as simple as a sticker I saw on a hard hat. And it said, skilled labor isn't cheap, and cheap labor isn't skilled.
Right.
So that's fine. You're going to give people who have no skills, pretty much. You're giving someone that does not. Essentially, a minimum wage job requires no skill set.
Right.
You
get on the job training.
Yes, it's on job training,
and you sink or swim.
Correct. That's not to say you can't get promoted.
Right.
We're not talking about promotions.
Right. Because you can get promoted.
You can get promoted.
You can have aspirations and become a manager or.
I really like what I'm doing.
Right.
I like what the position I'm in. I'm going to work my ass off, and I would love to get a promotion. Mm-hmm. You can do that.
You could get raises.
Yes, everything. What you can't do is literally say, I want to get paid more money for doing absolutely no more than what I was doing.
Right. I want to keep doing exactly what I'm doing. I don't want to work any harder.
Right.
I just want more money.
I just want more money.
Yeah.
Well, the cost of living and blah. Okay. I understand that. I get that too. I get the argument of what it costs to live. Trust me, I get it.
Yeah.
I get what it costs to live and provide and support, and it's a bitch.
Right.
It's a bitch. And that just goes into so much more than minimum wage, life choices, wealth management. I mean, like what you're actually doing with your money and how you're trying to survive. And
right.
Well, I had 4 kids. Should you have had 4 kids?
Right.
So now we just got to raise minimum wage because you had 4 kids?
Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense.
No, that's not going to work.
And again, with what you were saying, with people understanding what to do with the money, just giving people money doesn't necessarily help them.
No. You think I work any? If someone just gives me money and I didn't work any harder, is going to make me work harder? No. There's something called incentives.
Right. Right.
Like I work hard because there's an incentive of maybe I get something more.
And you should want to better your life. Yeah. And if you want to better your life, then you will.
Do you know what would actually happen? Honestly, if you know what happened if they raised it to $15 an hour? You would see a bunch of people, educated people, going and getting minimum wage jobs.
Right.
Okay.
Because some of those jobs would pay more than they would have made in their field.
Because I don't care what the fuck people say about overqualified.
Yeah.
Okay. Most of minimum wage jobs, because they're saying overqualified because they know that they would have to eventually pay you more.
Right.
Right. But if you raise it to 15, then those businesses and jobs don't have to say you're overqualified.
Right.
They're going to hire you.
Yeah.
If you're an intelligent, smart, productive member of society,
right,
you're going to get that job over the guy who, unfortunately, didn't graduate high school or didn't
have any work
have
drive.
Anything, or doesn't really have a lot of job experience or
right.
just anything. You know what I mean? So or any. So now you're gonna hire the people who you know. Perfect example. Where do you work?
Vicelli Pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're the manager.
Correct.
Do you think you would hire someone who is going to show up every day to work, who's just a good person, good, intelligent human being,
right.
decent human being, not going to give you any shit,
Right.
No drugs, nothing. Just
Right.
normal guy.
Yeah.
Are you going to hire that guy who maybe was doing something else, but he was making the same amount of money?
So he figured he'd go do something that was less stressful for the same amount of
and
money.
just fucking chill?
Yeah.
Or are you going to hire the guy that has fucking no resume,
Right.
job to job,
Right.
trying to get by, who you don't know is going to show up?
I'm going to hire that other guy.
Okay.
But take that a step further. If I'm making what I make, I'm not going to say what that is, but now I have to pay everybody that walks through the door at least $15 an hour. I want more money.
Yeah.
Or I'm not going to continue to
Correct.
do this job.
Yeah.
I like now
There's no difference.
There's not enough compensation difference for me for all the added stress that comes
Right.
with my job.
You just raised every wage. When you raise minimum wage, you just raised
Everything.
wage in America.
So how the economy works is if we just give people more money for no reason, our money actually becomes worth less. Because now every business, they now have to pay out more money. That money isn't just magical. It doesn't just come out of thin air. It comes out of the profit line. It comes out of somebody else's salary.
Right.
It comes from somewhere. So now their options are either to raise their prices and pass that cost on to the consumer,
Which is what happens, 80% of the time?
right? Or they probably go out of business. Like especially in the restaurant where everybody's saying like McDonald's, stuff like that. Like the cost of running a restaurant is already very high. You're hoping that 20% of your sales are going to be your profit.
Right.
That's what you're hoping for.
Right.
So now if everybody's getting paid 15, you're now hoping for maybe 5 to 10% of your profits, and you're just not going to be able to continue to operate like that.
Correct.
So they're either going to pass that cost onto the consumer, all right, and then you're going to have to pay for that, which you probably won't because you're like, man, I'm not paying $5 for a double cheeseburger.
I was just going to say, I mean, let's just put it in terminology. Yeah. Everyone wants minimum wage to be raised, right?
Right.
And then when you go through the drive-thru and you're like, hey, I want a 10-piece nugget, and they're like, okay, it's going to be $12.
Right. You're not going to do it.
You're like, what the fuck? Like, well, no, you wanted everyone to get paid.
Right.
So now we have to pay them.
Right. So either they pass it on to the consumer and or they don't, they go out of business, or another option is they go to automated ordering. Mm-hmm. So now there's actually less jobs because the only way for them to not pass that that on to the consumer is to now have it more like Sheets or somewhere like that, where you just order your own food right there, and now those people lost jobs.
Yep.
And then they'll also find out how to just have some kind of machine make the burger.
Oh, it's coming.
You know what I mean? And then guess what?
Well, McDonald's already has the self-ordering.
Right. They've already started doing it because of the places that they did raise the minimum wage, because that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
So
technology is always going to win.
And the economy is always going to, it's always going to balance itself out. It's not, otherwise it fails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
every person that signed that petition was someone who either worked a job that was minimum wage, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or doesn't understand exactly what you just said.
Right.
Which is basically like, I think what it actually is now too is that it's every business that grosses their gross profit is $319,000 a year.
Right.
So, okay, let's just take fucking McDonald's out. Fuck McDonald's.
Well, here's the thing.
Right?
I got to say this real quick because that's one everybody always brings up is McDonald's and how much their CEO makes. What people don't understand is the reason that is always the example is because their CEO makes more than the rest of the fast food chains. There's a reason for that because they are not just a fast food company. They are also, if not more so, a real estate company. So one of the things about McDonald's is they own all the property that McDonald's are on.
Okay.
And they own the building. So they're also making money, not just from that, but from the real estate side.
Right.
Burger King is only making it from the food side. They're not a real estate company.
I got you.
McDonald's is also a real estate company. So their real estate holdings also go into their profit line, which the fast food places have zero to do with. So the CEO is also getting paid from that part of that side of the company.
Right.
That's why that's why nobody ever says, well, the CEO of Burger King makes this much. It's always McDonald's because they're not just a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
They make money in other ways.
Right.
Watch. If you want to find out, it's a pretty accurate film. It's called The Founder with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
You will figure out exactly how McDonald's makes their money.
Okay.
It is not just from
I never
their fast
watched
food. I never did.
But
I do
it's-
have it.
yeah.
But once I did, I understood McDonald's a lot more. First of all, the guy was shady as hell.
Which one? The CEO?
Yeah, the guy that originally started it.
Oh,
he
yeah,
stole
yeah.
it from two brothers.
Okay.
But he made
Facebook.
it. But he made it a real estate company.
No shit.
And that's their main business. Actually, is real estate.
Wow.
That's why their CEO makes so much more than the rest of the fast food
what they're
industry
actually
CEO.
doing.
So
Okay.
you can keep using that comparison, but it's flawed.
It's not the same.
It's flawed.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. I mean, like, I think, like, and again, we all, I mean, let's just say it. When you say minimum wage, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Yep, $8.75.
Fast food. They're
Fast
just
food. Oh,
fast
yeah.
food.
Typically fast food.
Because everyone's like, oh, go work at McDonald's. And listen,
Right.
I'm actually glad you said something earlier. You were just like, I'm not knocking that job. I am never, because I still tell people this day, I'm like, you don't get it. Like, I don't knock any job.
No.
Like, you don't get it. If you actually wake up and you go to a fucking job,
Right.
I have nothing to, I can't knock you on that. Now, you
Can't.
could just be a shit person. I can not like you.
Right. But I'm not going to knock your job.
I'm never, because I've been, like I said, I've been to every fucking side of everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm never knocking anyone else's money.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you actually wake up, you go to work, then, and you're a semi-productive member of society.
That's a plus.
Yeah, you got nothing.
Yeah.
The other thing is, too, oh, God, when you were in high school, did you, like, go through drive-thrus and, like, fuck around with the drive-thru?
I actually didn't. I was too excited for my food.
We did. Obviously.
I know a lot of people did.
We did.
Yeah. I know a lot of people.
And then growing up, like, I started working in, like, other food industries. I
Yeah.
was like, God, why the fuck was I like that?
Right. Well,
I'm
because we're
like-
kids and we're dumb. Kids
I'm like,
do dumb
I can,
things.
I can now. I know, like, you can kind of get away with being a dick at, like, a really high end restaurant.
Yeah.
You could actually do that
Right.
because you're paying so much.
Right.
Like, they actually take your complaint serious.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh fuck, let's go fix this.
Right.
What you shouldn't do is go and, like, be a complete dickhead at a McDonald's drive-thru.
No.
Because that same dude who's making $8.50 an hour doesn't give a flying fuck.
Not
He
at
gets
all.
fired today. So I don't know what you ordered on your burger, but I know some extra shit that's getting thrown on there immediately. So I've always been super cool. But again, the whole point was, like, we always revert back to fast food restaurants as, like, minimum wage. But, like, we're also talking about a local business
Right.
that generates $319,000 a year. That's not, like, a ton of money.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's good. Don't get me wrong. If you have a couple employees.
Hold on, you talking about, like, McDonald's and stuff?
No, I'm talking about minimum wage. Minimum wage in general.
Okay.
The minimum, if you pay your employees minimum wage,
Right.
in the state of Ohio, if you generate $319,000 a year,
Okay. I got you. All right.
you fall into the minimum wage category of you have to pay them at least that amount of money.
Yeah, you have to pay. Yeah.
Right. And I'm saying, like, if you would, you're talking about a almost doubling a salary.
Right.
You know what I mean? So say you're just a local mom and pop fucking store.
You're fucked.
You just went out of business.
Yeah, for sure. Without a
Because
doubt.
and like you just said, you'd have to raise every fucking price. Say you're just you sell fucking toilet paper
Right.
out of your fucking store.
Right.
And a roll of toilet paper is $2. You just jumped it up to $8
Right.
to make ground for what you'd have to pay your employees.
Right. And that's actually one thing I want to bring up too. Also, with those fast food places, those are owned by franchisees.
Right.
Those are owned by a married couple or a guy or two brothers
Right.
or whatever. And they,
Except Chipotle.
well, no, Chipotle is the same thing.
No, you can't franchise Chipotle's.
I don't know if you can franchise them anymore. You know how that used to work? They actually are part of McDonald's.
Get the fuck out of here.
And you used to have to have so many McDonald's franchises
To own a Chipotle?
to own a Chipotle.
No
how
wonder
that
I
worked.
called and they were like,
Yeah.
sorry, buckaroo.
How many McDonald's you got?
How many McD's you got? I was like, what? They were like, not today.
Yeah, that's how that used to work. But so there's still the corporate CEO isn't the one that is physically responsible to pay these people.
Yeah.
It's these people that bought this franchise.
Yeah.
You know
Who
what I mean?
literally like live somewhere in your town.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So think about that as well. That is also still, even though it's part of a big corporation,
Right.
it is a locally owned franchise a lot of the time.
Man.
Yeah. So,
AKA, stop wanting to raise minimum wage.
well, and I have one other thing
Fuck.
for that. Like I said, if somebody's complacent enough for them to want that to be their job, and that's as far as they want to go, they don't ever want to do better than what they're doing, then I think that's something with them, and they need to figure out how to live off that minimum wage, because you shouldn't be able to demand that. Because here's my thing. I work in a pizza shop. I run a pizza shop. I would put us almost in the same category as fast food or just pizza shops. But
Right.
regardless, we pay all of our people more than minimum wage.
Okay.
Most of our insiders make $10 or more.
That's pretty good.
Still have people that don't show up.
Right.
I still have people that call off for no good reason. I still have people that complain about the work that they have to do. Not everybody deserves to make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
That's just the way it works. Just because we now give them more money doesn't mean they're going to become better employees.
Right.
You need to be a better employee to
What you're
earn your
essentially
money.
talking about is socialism,
Yeah.
where we're just all going to
Yeah. And don't
be
get
a
me
part
wrong,
of one fucking system.
every single country has some aspects of socialism.
Right.
Because roads, cops.
Yeah, right,
You know what I
right.
mean? But this is one of those aspects that just, to me, does not work.
No, yeah, you're talking about something that just is it's unrealistic.
Right. I actually agree more in theory. I haven't read enough into it, but probably with a universal basic income where everybody gets just enough to have a roof over their head.
Yeah.
And then if you want more than that, then you got to go and make your money. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? To me, that makes more sense than just giving everybody $15 an hour. You don't want homeless people? Okay, fine. We'll figure out how to do that. But they're also not going to be nice-ass houses.
Fuck, I mean, you got to think about this too. Like, what you just described, right? Because
Yeah.
people are probably like, well, I mean, it's only $10, Dave. It's not a lot. Okay.
Add that up.
Well, listen, I'm new, right, into my new career. And it's a decent amount on an hourly scale, okay? We still have guys that don't show up.
Right.
We have guys that miss work all the time.
Yeah.
And we still have guys who they're making this much money, and that's literally what I actually was talking about a guy with one of the guys I work with today, and it was like, how is it possible to be as broke as what people are,
Yeah.
making the amount of money that like they're kind of making? I'm like, so there's people surviving on minimum wage right now,
Right.
and there's people who are broke on almost $30 an hour.
Right.
That's fucking insane. But you know what? It all goes back to what we talked about earlier. Do you think anyone told them it's not smart to go get your fucking first couple of paychecks and go get a $30,000 car?
Yeah.
Can you afford the payments? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can for right now.
Right.
Until you want something else.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get another loan.
That's how I screwed
Then
myself
you're
up.
going to get another loan.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get something else.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a brief pause because we got to pee.
Oh, my God.
All right. Back from the bathroom break. And we're going to lay off the serious stuff here for a minute. But I needed to get that out. I've been having too many conversations about it. And Thad came up with the idea that he wants to go into some Christmas.
Oh. I mean, is it not the time of the year?
'Tis the season.
Fucking A, huh?
And I imagine, as you've been telling me, that there are some struggles with it when you have kids.
It's not even that. Listen, I just want to say I was so impressed driving up here today of what a Christmas joy that surrounds your house. It's phenomenal. There's not a fucking Yuletide log, a fucking light bulb, a reindeer in sight.
He walked in and he said, "No Christmas lights, huh?" And I said, "No Christmas nothing." I said, "Nobody comes here unless they're coming for a podcast."
It is like fucking vanilla sky in here. There's just
I've pretty much never decorated
nothing.
for anything, but I did have a couple my last girlfriend, sweet girl, she actually she had this place decked out on Christmas. Yeah. But that didn't work out, so.
Wow. Shucks. Sorry to hear that. No, you know what? I figured, what a better time than the present to talk about Christmas.
Absolutely.
You know, and what comes around with it. And I did kind of dive in a little bit with Dave about a dilemma that we're having, which is Santa. It finally came, man.
His son's getting a little older.
It finally came, and it was like I got a message from Erica, his mom. It was just like, oh man, tell us. I almost got like a sick feeling in my stomach because like you just never want it to kind of like come.
Well, so what you're talking about is Leia had asked if Santa was real.
Correct. Yeah. The words finally exited his mouth. And it was just like,
and childhood is over.
And fuck. No, so here's what happened. So Landon comes home one day and he asks Erica, and just flat out, he's pretty straightforward. He was just like, "Hey, Mom, is Santa real?" And she was obviously, you're not prepared for that, you know. She was like, "What do you revert back to? Question, answer a question with a question."
Right.
So it was like, "What happened?" So apparently, again, they're at lunch. He's in 5th grade, which isn't like, there's still like a good amount of 5th, 6th grade who's believe. Like,
right, it's still elementary school.
Yeah, it's cool. Except 5th grade is now junior high. So that's like.
Oh, is it?
Yes, that's why it's like kind of a big thing. I know, it's new now. But so anyways, I guess they were at the lunch table and started talking about it and stuff like that. I don't know if it came about like, do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe?
Right. You don't know the actual premise.
He was like, yeah. And a couple kids at the table, I'm not going to mention.
Yeah, don't mention names.
Fucking little
bitches. Don't call out the bullies.
Fuckers. No, but they said, he's not real. And he's not real because their mom said he is not real.
Yeah.
And Erica kind of texted me and was like, what do I really tell him? I said, you tell him the truth.
Yeah, you can't lie.
You tell him the truth. And the truth is, we don't know. We don't know if Santa Claus is real or not real. I
might need some explanation on this.
Well, it's very simple, Dave. Why do we believe in a lot of things that we believe in?
Because of faith.
Because of faith.
Right.
And of course, I'm talking about religion, and that's fine. I'm being a little facetious. Like, I'm not actually comparing faith of Jesus Christ.
You're not claiming Santa Claus as a savior.
Santa Claus. Okay. I'm simply saying that for a lot of people, if you believe in something very strongly,
that it's real to you.
It can be real to you, but you can have that belief where there's enough kind of facts and realism that maybe you have enough to hold on to that it is real.
Right.
And I said, buddy, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know if he's real, and I don't know if he's not real. I'm not saying that at some point he was real.
Right.
We don't, why? There's obviously something based on Saint Nick, right? Saint Nicholas.
Could have been going around giving kids presents.
Yeah. So, there's so much that kind of goes into it. I think I just was more disheartened that it was like, why do we have to do this thing where like you have to fucking just automatically go up to your kids and be like, not real. Nope. Yeah, I buy all the shit.
Yeah.
And like, that's what I truly believe. Like when I think about parents who do that, they're like, no, I don't want my kid believing. That's fine. If that's what you want to tell yourself, that like you really don't want your kid, like a child. Remember, we're talking about children.
Let your kid keep his childhood. Yeah.
Right.
Or as long as he can hold on to it,
or not, or say like, hey, have faith in something, like believe in something so strongly that you believe in it that it's fucking real. Like,
let him keep his imagination,
fucking dreams and aspirations. Like that's what you're saying. Like, no, not real. And I seriously, you know what I think it is? I think there's actually parents out there that can't stand the fact that like they buy gifts and
somebody else gets credit.
Have to write that fucking name on it.
I think sometimes
to Johnny.
I think
from Santa.
Yeah, I think sometimes they probably get pissed off in one moment, and they're like, "You think Santa buys all those fucking gifts? I buy all those fucking gifts."
Yeah, this is not
smart off to me again. You're not getting one fucking present.
Happens every year. Yeah. No, but it's crazy to me that like that's seriously like it could be a mindset with these parents that are just like, or like why? Like because listen, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the I don't want to lie to my kid.
Yeah.
You're not lying. You're not lying. I'm not lying.
No.
I'm not lying to my son. When I truly say, I don't know.
Right.
Because I flat out told him, I said, Landon, what's to say that there's kids in this world that literally do get some sort of present
From Santa.
Or
guy.
they get a present every year that no one knows about because no one bought them a gift or no one knows or anything like that. So why do we have to just automatically say real, not real, fake, like, and just fucking crush, immediately make them grow up?
Right.
Because that's seriously what I feel like. I feel like immediately it was like I'm telling him to grow up.
Yeah. Yeah, and that sucks.
It sucks.
As we all know, I think I've talked about it before, but I remember the times when I said, I can't wait to be an adult. And guess what? Once you become an adult, it's a little bit of a nightmare for a while.
And what do you actually say when you like become like a real adult and like you're like, God, I wish I was a kid again.
Yeah. Man, I wish I still had that childhood imagination and everything else.
Like when did you find out?
Honestly, brother, I can't even remember, to be honest with you. But
See, I remember like the time.
I was definitely pretty young.
Okay.
I was definitely probably younger than a lot of kids were. But I also didn't go to school and ruin it for other kids.
Yeah, and dude, that's the other thing too. I'm like, so even if you tell your kid, like you never have that discussion, and you're like, hey, remember like there's still some kid, like, or like not make fun of them, because that was like kind of the thing. They're like, well, they were getting on me a little bit. I'm like,
yeah,
you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
like that's what we're at too. Like we got to tell kids like,
yeah, teach your kids to be cool.
Yeah, how about that? Right.
Yeah. Like it's okay to believe in something magical and cool. Like what's negative about believing in Santa Claus? There's no negative side.
There's not one. Yeah, there's not one bad thing.
Yeah,
you mean they get to be happier?
Right.
Like that's bad.
And it even tries to teach your kid a moral code. You got to be good in order for you to be rewarded.
Fucking man.
Amen. And I think that's a pretty good lesson.
Right. I mean, it's just like it's simple. Don't be a dick. Right. Right, and allow a kid to be a kid.
Right,
just be a kid.
But so when did you find out?
I was right around this time.
Right around Landon's age, you mean?
Right around Landon's age.
Yeah.
And I think I walked into my parents' bedroom. There was gifts already wrapped.
Yeah.
And like one of the top ones was to Thad from Santa.
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of like my situation too.
It's like I don't really know the whole process, but I feel like this isn't right.
Right.
Because how's this here already?
Yeah. I've always been an inquisitive little shit, too. So I feel like I was trying to stay up and catch people. Like, I needed to catch a guy breaking into my house. So, hold on. You're telling me some old man
okay,
dressed in some ridiculous costume is breaking into my house?
Okay. This ain't fucking going to happen.
Yeah. This ain't happening.
Yeah. This motherfucker's going down.
Yeah. I'm setting up traps. I was the original Home Alone Macaulay Culkin. Except I was trying to get Santa.
Oh, I feel that.
Like, I'm putting out fake cookies. See what he thinks about this.
X-lax cookies and shit.
Yeah. You're not making it to Brad's house. That kid threw a cinder block at me. He's not getting shit.
I wouldn't say I was like heartbroken. I was like, man, the disappointment.
Yeah,
was just brutal. But the same thing, they told me, they're like, Dad, we don't know if we're just telling you, like, you're just fortunate enough where like you're lucky enough where you got parents that can buy you your gifts.
Right.
That's fucking awesome.
Maybe some kids that aren't as fortunate get presents from Santa Claus.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And that's, you know why you don't know? Because you were fortunate enough to not be one of those kids. Yeah. Like, that's kind of a big thing.
I do remember, and I don't know if they still believed after this, but I do remember the first time my brother and sister were told there was no Santa Claus.
Oh,
okay. This was in St. Louis. I can't remember what year, but they were young, and Lisa Telemanchuk was about my brother's age, maybe a little bit older, and we were having a neighbor play Santa at the house for a bunch of the kids in the neighborhood.
Ooh.
And Lisa Telemanchuk was like, yeah, but Santa's not real. Write to him. And then they looked at me.
Wow.
And I knew at this point in time. But they looked at me, and I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. Like, there's no way that she can know Santa isn't real. As far as I'm concerned, Santa's real.
Right. And who the fuck is she?
Right. Yeah. this little bitch down the street.
The fuck you think you are?
Yeah.
Ain't ruining this for me.
You're not coming in here and ruining my little brother and sister's
no.
dreams. You better get out of here with that nonsense.
Hey, you know what was actually funny though? Not even funny. It was really good. It was a fucking awesome quote.
Okay.
It was an awesome thing I saw about Christmas. Because I kind of like, I started thinking about it a little bit. I'm like, for example, what was like the gift you remember from childhood? Like, was there a gift?
Oddly enough,
Say like no. When you believed in Santa Claus, or like even when
Right.
you believed or something like that, below 10,
right?
was there a gift you were like yes?
There were two.
Okay.
The first one is still really weird to me because I don't know why I thought it was so cool, but it was just a little cheap plastic tent with, I can't remember what cartoon character was on it.
Okay.
But it was a tent for
it was
us kids to hang out in.
It was your fort.
Right.
Let's
right.
call it the fuck it was.
Yeah. It meant I didn't have to
It was
use
either
blankets
it was
anymore.
either your fort or it was your fucking runaway home.
Yeah, right. So I do.
When you packed your underwear and socks and fucking said you were leaving.
Yeah, I do. So I do remember that. And then the other one was when I got Nintendo.
Okay.
That was
it was a big shit.
That was crazy to me.
Yeah.
And honestly, my dad, who never liked video games, which I always thought this was cool, is he played that Nintendo with me a lot for like the first few months. Actually, at one point,
was really feeling it.
At one point, there was a game called Wizards and Warriors that I'm pretty sure we played because he got more into it than I did.
That's big time.
Yeah.
What do you think the greatest thing about Nintendo was, by the way? Just real quick.
The greatest thing about it?
Yeah, because I have mine. Why I thought it was so great. Like why to this day I think it's the greatest.
Man, I don't know. To me, obviously, I went from Atari to Nintendo, so the graphics
Were big time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about stuff like now and like then.
Yeah.
You know, I still think why it's the greatest.
Why is that?
There was no saving.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
Like
Yeah.
that was like that to me. Like that was the shit.
But man, that was also kind of a nightmare, though. Like
Do
bedtime.
do you ever remember pausing the game and turning your TV off?
Right, and
And
you
praying to fucking God
it
the
was
next
still
morning.
on the next day.
You fucking opened that bitch up. Nothing was frozen. Like, you were like, please let this fucking work.
Can you imagine these games now not being able to save
my
them though?
God.
The games with saving it take you weeks
Years.
to beat.
Dude's like, I'm almost beating Final Fantasy 7. I'm like, oh, cool. How long you been playing? Like 7 months.
Yeah, it has to become your job if you can't save it.
Oh my God. But back then, like that was the beauty of games. Like they made so fucking many. You just fucking popped another one in and it was it. Or or if you beat one, it was like, okay, I want to beat it faster.
Right. Yeah, you
Great.
always had some other thing that you wanted to do with the
Yeah.
game even after you beat it.
But
And honestly, you kept playing them because most of them you weren't going to beat
yeah, no,
because you
Zelda?
couldn't save it. You
Zelda?
know what I mean? Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you weren't going to beat it.
Zero. I just stopped. Remember, there was a fucking. Oh man, I'll tell you what. You want to talk about frustrating games too? There was also the frustrating games that you could never figure out how to fucking do. Like just even play it.
Right.
There was a fucking dolphin game.
Echo the Dolphin, Sega
Holy
Genesis.
shit! Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck! Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
Listen, to this day, if I ever see the human being who created Echo, which I'm sure right now they're probably like 90,
Right,
I'm gonna break their fucking hip.
dude. It literally
That was terrible.
the very first part of Echo the Dolphin, in order to really get to the game, they let you swim around that area and get used to the buttons. But then you had to jump over this rock area,
Yep.
and it was fucking impossible.
Correct.
To start, it probably took me to get out of that practice area.
Yeah.
It probably took me a good month. I couldn't jump over that fucking thing no matter what I
I
did.
thought you were gonna say like 2 days.
No.
It took me a solid month.
It may be overplayed in my head now, but I'm sticking with the month.
I actually agree with you. Because then I just remember swimming down.
Yep.
I just swam down a lot.
Right.
And I'd hit the echo thing, like the sonar thing.
Right.
Didn't do shit.
Yeah, and then you would get to those levels where you were like stuck in like little caverns that you're
Right.
like, why does this dolphin have to go through here anyway?
Right.
Running out of oxygen, you're like, why don't you have fucking gills?
You fucking stupid mammal.
Dolphins are so stupid. You can't breathe underwater, but you live in water.
God, fucking hate you.
People keep talking about how smart dolphins are. I think you're an idiot. You should be living on land.
Oh, back to what we were. Shit. The whole point of the quote I saw.
Oh yeah, I forgot
was
about the quote.
Basically, it was from one of my good friends from high school. She put something about like, you know, you don't remember a lot of the shit you got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I think when you like get on, especially social media now,
Right.
it's like the big thing that you got to post the picture.
Yeah.
Right? You got to post the picture of all the shit you bought your kids. You know what I mean? And what does that do? It just creates competition with other parents,
conflict.
It's the same thing as like, you know, you buy a nice car, right?
Johnny got this.
Right. Well, I'm gonna show off. I got a nice car. Like it's just and it goes back to financial stability, and you're essentially gonna make someone pay outside of their means, so that they can show you how much they bought for Christmas.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's such a fucked up system. Like, fucked up.
Yeah.
And like, so I saw this. So this whole quote was basically like, you know, you never remember what you got, you know, as a kid. Like all your presents as a kid. You don't remember like the gifts.
Right.
What you remember are like fucking waking up with mom cooking breakfast.
Right.
Christmas music playing. Dad in a special fucking holiday sweatshirt.
Right.
Or whatever the hell you did. You know, you had some sort of
ritual
or tradition that you kind of did or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just 1 year. You did something kind of different or special like that. Or you remember going to your cousin's houses or shit like that. You remember shit like that more than anything you buy.
Yeah.
So like I saw that, I'm like, man, dude, that's a money quote. And I think it was a lot, and like her dad just like,
it's more about the experience than the gifts.
Yeah. And like it was, and it made me think, I'm like, dude, like, you know, obviously you know, as we get older, like we're going to lose people like left and right. And you're like, fuck, like, what are you going to, like, are you going to remember what the fuck he bought you?
Yeah.
Are you going to remember what they bought you? No, you're going to fucking remember how they were, the memories with them and shit like that.
Right.
So like, I think like it kind of hit me pretty good this year where it's like, cause I'm in a position where I could go out and buy more shit.
Right.
I could fucking load this tree up.
Yeah.
And I refuse to. And it's not because I'm like in this fucking rebellion. No. Like, I'm literally like, listen, Christmas is like you can have a couple cool gifts.
Right.
Chill out. But make Christmas fucking awesome.
Right. Make it an experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Make it an experience that they're going to be like, how was your Christmas? It was fucking great. What'd you get? A couple things. But this, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we did this. Or you know, they don't have to tell their friends. It's just something that they can hold on to and be like, this was fucking great.
Yeah. And I get what you're saying with that because today we actually, my family got together because today was the day my dad died 3 years ago. So we lost him like right before Christmas.
Okay.
And my memories of Christmas are a lot harder for me to remember present-wise, but easy for me to remember the times with my dad and with my mom.
Right.
And especially after losing him, that is definitely 100% more important to me. So the experience, I think, is really where the gift is at.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, but and it sucks that you kind of got to experience that.
Right.
To realize it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, like it was such a random kind of thing to see it. Yeah, it was just like one of those things like someone posts like kind of like a meme type shit.
But it was something that hits you.
Dude, like it just out of nowhere. I was like, dude, that's such a good way of putting Christmas. Because I literally I took the time to think back. I'm like you said, like maybe 2 gifts. Stay with me.
Yeah.
I think like getting my varsity jacket when I was in high school.
Right.
Because they were like, we can't afford it.
Yeah.
Shit was expensive.
Right.
But I got it. That was cool.
I never got one. That had a lot to do with not playing varsity sports,
though. Goes back to the non-attending, partying.
Yeah. Well, it goes back
almost
to
didn't graduate high school.
my decision to become a professional partier.
Yeah. But yeah, that was cool. Sega was cool.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my Sega. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
The Nintendo was the only game system my parents bought for me. They made me buy the rest of my game systems.
Oh, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to work for them.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Sweatshop.
Yeah, well, man, actually, when I bought my Sega, you have no idea because it was Super Nintendo or Sega, and I
Right.
was paying for it. So I did research as much as I could possibly do without the internet. Found out how much each one costs, which one had more games, which one I thought had better games.
I was just going to say, we're talking about non-Google.
Yeah, I was reading
No search engines.
Yeah, I was reading.
Wow.
I was reading magazines and looking at sale ads to see what games they had and stuff like that. When I would go to the store, I would look at the video game section and kind of get an idea of, oh, man, I really think those games look cool. I don't think this one has as many of those games. They both have Street Fighter. How much do I really give a fuck about Mario?
So essentially, you were going to these stores and staying there for 2 hours.
They remember they used they don't really have it anymore. You used to be able to play the games there.
Do I remember? Yes.
Yeah, you used to be able to play the game. So I did that.
I mean, I am from the era where like we actually went to the mall to hang out.
Yeah.
And like there was shit to do.
Yeah. Now people
that
hang out at Walmart.
Oh man. Fuck me. If I start hanging out at Walmart, shoot me.
Man, it
Just
blows my
fucking
mind.
shoot me.
There's no way I even would have wanted to do that when I was younger. I barely went to the mall, to be honest with you.
Well, the big thing is
because I couldn't party at the
we
mall.
hung out with a friend that was going to school with us, and his parents owned motifs.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and we would literally, and this is back with like Aladdin's Castle, shit like that
Right,
was in
yeah,
town.
the arcade, yeah.
Oh, big time. We would actually play hide and go seek in the fucking mall.
Oh, no shit.
Oh.
That's pretty solid.
Big time. Mm-hmm. That was actually fun.
Oh, man. How about, like, that made me think of Relivio. How much kids' lives has changed.
Holy shit.
No parent would let their kid play Relivio anymore.
Man, and why?
Because everybody gets kidnapped.
Oh, man. I want to go back. I want to go back to Relivio days.
Yeah, I'll play Relivio tonight.
All right, we're putting up.
Yeah, we actually got to go.
Putting up for one out. We're going to meet somewhere, and we're playing Relivio.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by woods. It seems like a good spot.
Oh, man. Dude, we had the best neighborhood. Well, of course, everyone's going to have the best neighborhood.
Right.
But fuck, where we grew up, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And, like, we grew up right where this girl, I think they built the porch that she lived at for Relivio.
Oh, yeah?
Like, they were designing the house, and they were like, how do you want your front porch? And they were like, well, is there any way you can do it where it's, like, 4 sides, but enough to jump up on, and you're not going to break your neck, and it's the perfect size for a jail, and
Right.
just 2 steps.
Yeah.
And you can access it on every corner. Like, can we do that?
Man, I actually forgot about the jail part where one person could go in and break everybody out. Man,
Where you
that's
were the
huge.
fucking hero. You went home that night like fucking God just fucking touched you on the forehead.
Like you were anointed.
Holy shit.
I am an Avenger.
So good.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking great.
Yeah. Did you grow up in an era where
Oh, it was good.
Did you grow up in an era where neighborhoods had block parties? Man, I never did them here.
Okay.
In St. Louis,
Oh, okay.
the whole neighborhood would get together for parties. I knew everybody in the neighborhood. Everybody.
Yeah.
Whether they had kids or not, they'd come. They'd do a big barbecue, like 4th of July, stuff like that. Just a big ass block
It was
party.
definitely cool. I mean, obviously back in the day it was cool. Like,
Now you may not even talk to the person who lives next door.
you definitely knew more people in the neighborhood because you knew that everyone had house numbers. You know what I mean? Like if your parents wanted to find out where you were, if you were just kind of roaming the neighborhood,
Right.
they would actually like call and talk to the other kids' parents. We're like, now that never fucking happens.
Yeah.
Like my kid could be best friends with your kid, and essentially like we really don't talk that much.
Right.
Hardly ever.
Which seems crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah. But like I said, you don't even talk to your next door neighbor sometimes
Well.
now. There's a lot of people that have never had a conversation with their next door neighbor.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That's crazy.
God, I used to love my neighbors.
Yeah, the sense of I miss.
They were all old, but they were cool.
Right.
Like that was fun too.
I just miss that sense of community. I think that sense of
It's
community
gone.
is huge.
It's gone.
Now your community is Facebook, and that is just not good.
Don't get me started on this again.
Yeah,
I
I'm
agree.
actually reading a book called Tribe right now. I'm finally almost done with it. My brother and sister-in-law brought it for me like 2 Christmases ago, and I finally just started reading it, and I'm almost done. But it talks about it talks tribe, so it's talking about that sense of community and that sense of community, that how it affects like PTSD and depression and all of that. And at some point I'll get more into it, but it talks about how we've lost that sense of community, and that's why we're having a lot of the problems that we're having, especially with mental disorders such as depression, anxiety, and
There's
stuff like that.
not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount, like, and I'm not active on social media.
I'm not really that
like.
active
I
either.
shouldn't say active. Like, I shouldn't say like I don't post as much.
Right. That's what I'd say.
You know what I mean? And I mean here and there, it's mostly dumb shit. Like, because I'm still, like I said, I'm still kind of in the ground in the air of like when it was developed and what it was developed for and stuff like that. You know, but that's what the biggest thing I hate now is like it's created a platform for everybody, and then on top of that, like it almost provides an escape for people who need that sense of like community or sense of like human interaction. It's replacing it with just pure
It's not the same.
unadulterated fake shit.
Right.
like
Yeah.
like it is just replacing, you know, what the real world is
Right.
with fucking Facebook. So you can essentially be living your life through social media.
Right. A lot of people do.
Right. And in reality, like, your life isn't that great. And not that it isn't that great, just you don't like your
You're
life.
faking it to make it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not your life isn't that great. You don't like your
You're not
life.
actually happy.
Exactly.
But you're putting on a front on social media.
But you're on there just, you're the happiest person alive.
when really you should confront what's making you unhappy.
Fuck.
That way you
Yeah.
can deal with it.
Yeah.
And that's not, you said human contact, and it's not real human contact. It should not replace human contact, and it does. I mean, you even see, not to sound like the old man, but you even see a group of younger people together, and they're together at a restaurant at a table, and everybody's on their phone.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Everybody's on their phone.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's madness.
And am I guilty of it? Sometimes I am.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I'm guilty of it too. I'm hooked in.
consciously, like I like when I'm out, you know, I try, like, I really don't want to be on my phone.
Right.
When I'm out with like my kids,
Right.
I hate being on my phone, especially my son has a phone,
Right.
you know. And
How
I'm
crazy is that to think about?
Yeah, it's crazy. At the same time, though, like, it's semi necessity with some, but not to go into all
It
that.
is now
but,
because everybody has them.
yeah, and like, you know, just the situation, it's just easier.
Right. But it's not a necessity.
Yeah,
we all grew up without
It's not
that.
a necessity. I meant like in the situation, you know, just having the contact,
Right.
being able to have contact. But you
It
know, when I think
makes
about
it easier.
yeah, when I think about going out now and like, I literally saw that the other day. I was bartending, and a couple came in. They sat at the bar. They came in together, sat at the bar together. They ordered food, like they were there to hang out,
Yeah.
and they both whipped them out and just fucking hung out on their phones.
Yeah.
They talked,
Right.
And I'm not saying they're not happy.
Right.
They might be. It's just a crazy, you know, thing to think about. That's what it is now.
Yeah.
Like, it's perfectly acceptable, like, to go out to dinner and not talk to each other.
Right. Yeah. That's bananas.
Like, it's fucking.
What you said, it's
that's
easier
insane.
to have a phone to be in contact with your son. I like the idea of when phones first started, and that's all they were phones,
Right.
cell phones. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah.
Now that it has everything else on
Remember,
it,
it
it's
was
just
like
such a distraction.
the most recent call. Yeah, like your 10 recent calls.
Right. Yeah. That was
Recent
it.
call.
Yeah.
Missed.
You weren't getting on
made,
the internet.
Dialed.
Yeah. You weren't getting
that
on
was
Facebook.
nothing.
Yeah.
Snake, that was it.
Yeah.
You had Snake to occupy your time.
Yep. All right. Well, I think we can probably wrap this up. I do want to get from you. I'm gonna actually, first of all, I did watch Peanut Butter Falcon. We're not going to talk about it. I'm going to let you borrow it.
This is correct.
We're going to talk about it on our next episode.
Big Shia LaBeouf fan.
Me too. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah.
But what I do want to get from you, we said we weren't going to do our top 5 tonight, but I do want to get from you your favorite Christmas movie.
Oh, this is easy. This is it's not easy. Oh, man, what a fucking wrench in that one, huh?
All right. Do you want top 3?
Plot twist. No. No, I'm gonna do top 2.
Okay.
Very close, but it's man, they're so good. I'm a big Christmas Vacation guy.
Okay.
Big Christmas Vacation. Think it's great. Home Alone. Yeah. Can almost quote the whole fucking movie.
Yeah. And what's funny is that was actually a really hard movie to get made, and there's actually a Netflix series called The Movies That Shaped Us.
Do I want to watch it?
Yeah, you want to watch it. It's really cool. But it's a couple of different movies, but one of them is Home Alone. They show how it got made because it was hard for them to make. It almost didn't get made.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but continue with what you were saying.
No, it's essentially like
It's hilarious.
How can you argue with Marvin Harry?
Yeah.
Fucking,
and what a role for Joe Pesci.
Dude, like you're talking about one of the biggest gangster actors of all time.
Yep.
Fucking ends up in Home Alone.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't even make sense. And fucking it is one of the I would venture to say one of the best duos
Oh yeah,
on screen
comedic duos
I've ever seen.
Yeah, they actually made a sequel that was worth watching.
Absolutely.
In Home Alone 2.
What's that sound? That's the sound of a tool chest falling down the stairs.
Oh shit! All right. So is it Christmas Vacation and Home Alone? Are those the two?
It's Christmas Vacation 2. Home Alone is won by a fucking
mile.
No, by a
hair,
by a nose hair.
Okay.
It's so good though.
It is. It's so
both
good.
of them are so good.
I'm actually not.
Where are you at? What are you?
I'm not as big of a fan of Christmas Vacation as most people.
I understand.
I get I get really on edge when people make stupid decisions in movies, and Christmas Vacation is riddled with them. He makes like every wrong decision he possibly can.
Well, that's the that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
So my two favorite.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
And are they true Christmas movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna throw Die Hard in there.
Yeah. Is one Elf?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then Miracle on 34th Street.
The new one, I love it. Yeah,
Okay.
I was actually sitting here kind of thinking about it, and I do think I have to put Miracle on 34th Street in there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for feel good movies, man.
Yeah.
Sucker.
It is. I mean, It's a Wonderful Life.
And as I get older, like fighting back the tears is harder and harder. Don't show me a sappy commercial, bro.
Hey, listen, can I tell you something else?
Yeah.
when I'm hungover,
Yeah.
and if I watch like a like a feel good story,
Yeah.
cry like a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm hungover.
The emotions come out.
There's a level of emotional stability I do not obtain.
Yeah.
I am a fucking today. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say today because I work today, so I wasn't hungover today.
You don't know when we recorded this.
Anyway, yeah, you don't know what the day is, but possibly today. I watched like a fucking segment from Ellen.
Okay.
And it was about like a guy who was just a great guy.
Yeah.
Just loved life.
Yeah.
Was doing backflips in the ocean. Broke his neck.
Oh shit.
Can't
Took a turn.
walk. He'll be paralyzed for life, and it's his wife telling the story.
Oh,
it's just
shit.
great.
Yep, it's
and
over.
who just fucking pops up out of nowhere? Fucking Jason Momoa.
Oh!
Aquaman himself comes out.
Doing all the backflips.
Fucking hanging out with them. Gives him $100,000.
Oh.
And then he walks onto the Ellen stage.
The dude that broke his
Walks
back. Oh, shit.
onto the Ellen stage. Now, did I cry profuse? No. Did I shed like a single tear and well up a little bit? Absolutely. God.
You got to fight. Don't let it all out.
It hurt. God, it hurt.
I'm the same way.
So what's the other one?
So, definitely Miracle on 34th Street. I might have to go with Home Alone as well. I feel like I am forgetting something, though, for some reason. I'm going to do a little quick thing here.
What are your top Christmas movies?
Oh, man. They're giving
Listen,
shitty ones
you
here.
know what? No. But I right away, I got to throw another one because I don't know if there's been a... The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I'm not there.
That fucking performance was unreal.
Yeah,
But you're probably just not a Jim Carrey fan.
no, I actually love Jim Carrey. Liar Liar is one of my favorites.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Don't make me start.
dude, especially the outtakes.
I know every fucking line in that movie.
You ever watch the outtakes?
I got the fucking VHS for Easter.
I had
Easter
the VHS
basket
as well.
Liar Liar. That was back in the day. Like I didn't have a lot of movies, so I just watched it
Over and over.
and then had to rewind it and then watch it. Had to wait that 5 minutes for it to
Goddamn
rewind.
No, I did realize what my other one is going to be for sure, and it's for multiple reasons. It is a great movie. It is a feel-good movie. It's The Holiday with Jude Law, Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, Kate Winslet. So one, it's a good movie. It's one of those feel-good movies, the kind of shit that I love. It is also extremely funny, but it also was a movie I watched with my dad frequently.
Okay. I've never seen it.
Oh, you've never seen it?
Never seen it.
It's probably could be listed under rom-com, to be honest.
Okay.
But it is 100% a Christmas movie.
Well, when you stated the actresses, I kind of figured
Yeah.
that was under the...
Yeah, but man, it is also hilarious.
Really?
Oh, it's so funny.
Okay.
And then actually, this one isn't on mine, but it was maybe my dad's favorite movie. Period. Love Actually is a good one.
Love Actually.
Yeah, another Christmas movie. It's one of those ones that's like almost like, obviously not a Guy
Is
Ritchie.
that Liam Neeson?
Yeah. It follows like 4 or 5 different storylines, and then they all come together. It's one of
Okay.
those type of movies.
Okay. Like Traffic?
Yeah. Yeah. Just not as crazy.
Just a little on the other side of the spectrum.
I was going to say like Guy Ritchie movies, like Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch.
Right.
And who knows? He could have made that. He could have made Love Actually.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of a British movie.
I mean, I'm looking at some of the stuff. Most of these I've seen.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I hate Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I never got to do it. Polar Express, great one for kids.
I actually haven't watched it, and I should check it out.
It's actually it's a good message movie. Yeah.
I'm always one of my favorite things.
Message movie. The first Santa Claus was decent.
I actually like the first Santa Claus.
Yeah,
a lot.
the other ones were those were hard.
See-
4 Christmases. Big Vince Vaughn fan. Not that one.
Yeah, it would not
That
be
hurt.
in anywhere near my
No.
favorite movies, but I do.
Not
I
top
did,
10.
I did laugh at it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it had its moments.
I love Vince Vaughn.
Home Alone 2 were fucking just
Yeah,
it just
I'm actually gonna have to give honorable mention to Home Alone, and it might be able to overtake the number 2 spot because I do love Home Alone so much.
It
Yeah,
was fucking so good.
yeah, and
But the other, I mean, I thought Jim Carrey was like the perfect Grinch.
oh yeah, I mean he did good
Just
in the
like
role. He did good in the role. I'm not a Grinch fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, I'm not a Grinch fan. Guys, I mean, I don't care that he turned it around. The guy's an asshole.
What are you doing? This dude fucking steals Listen, he's facing like 370 counts
Right.
of fucking
It's definitely a felony.
breaking and entering, armed robbery.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating this motherfucker?
Yeah.
I know 3 crackheads in jail right now.
Listen, I get
for
that
3 to 5 for fucking doing the same shit.
I get that he turned it around, and I do forgive him. I'm just not a fan.
Man, fuck him. All right, scroll down a little bit.
I
want to see 2. I want to see a couple more because there's like some that I'm not.
Some of these are just stupid, like ones they threw in to make them Christmas.
Yeah, like Scrooge. I don't really because think about it, you haven't even seen like Christmas Vacation yet.
Yeah, I do like the movie Scrooged.
Okay. Oh, with
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Christmas Vacation isn't even listed on here.
Yeah. Oh, because it's under categories. Like that's Christmas rom-coms.
Oh. Christmas Carol movies,
Disney Christmas movies,
animated Christmas movies.
Well, I'm glad we're fucking on the same page. Popular Christmas movies. I
haven't even heard of most of these.
Well, they're all the new ones.
Yeah,
They're all the new ones.
They're all Lifetime movies.
Yeah, well,
Hallmark
listen,
movies.
we got the gist of it.
Yeah,
so
we got the gist.
Fuck it.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be it. You got anything to say on the sign off?
Man, I really don't.
Yeah.
I haven't thought of my signature sign off
signature
yet.
sign off. We kind of have one. I don't know if I'm for it. I feel like I kind of stole it from one of the other podcasts I listened to, but I just simply go, "This is the Gathering of Fools. We're out."